Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes, and welcome to the world of hypocrisy, where the current Labour government so loathes the policies of the previous Labour government, they're doing everything they can to destroy it. When Tony Blair, remember him, when he came to power, he promised education, education, education. And for all the mistakes he made, and boy, did he make a lot, there's one thing he got damn right, and that, of course, was the Academies. The Academies were excellent. It was a way of lifting, particularly working class children, up. It gave them an absolutely brilliant education. They worked. They were great. For the most part, sure, there was some failures, but mostly it was a good thing. The current Labour government, of course, loathes academies because it doesn't like children doing well. It thinks that everybody should be the same. It thinks those who are cleverer or more able should be punished for their abilities so that the lowest of the low can feel good about themselves. They don't want an educated peoples, because educated people ask awkward questions. And so they're trying their very best to destroy the academies. But it's very politically difficult for them since it's Labour Party policy. Go figure. So what are they doing? Well, they're limiting budgets for a start. And they've tried that and it hasn't worked because people are still moving their children to these academies, and that puts the prices of the local houses up, so only the wealthiest can get into the academies, therefore kind of making the academies an exclusive little educational thing, because obviously those from a poorer background can't afford to live in the catchment area. Sure, they may get lucky and get an external catchment area place, but it's, becoming increasingly difficult. And so, in order to destroy the golden glow of their own academies, they've decided to come up with a brilliant wheeze. You know, all those terrible, disruptive pupils that have been excluded from real schools, non-academy schools, for being violent or sexually inappropriate or disruptive or everything, really. They're passing a law to ensure that the academies must, by law, accept these pupils that no other school will take, thus making the academies just a bit shittier so that children don't get ahead, don't get the education they deserve, the education that they would otherwise have, because the Marxists that we currently have don't want children doing well. And so if you're one of those who've worked hard, managed to buy a place and get your child into an academy thinking, well, it's the best start I can possibly give my child, well, just think this. Labour are out to scuttle that idea, and they're going to turn the academies into the shitholes, the dumping grounds, the places where all the very worst pupils can go. One of the things the academies have is the power to put their own lesson plans in place. And so it's out of the control of government. That's the real reason. They really don't like people doing things that they can't control. And thus, rather than learning what the government want you to learn, they teach you what they want to teach you. Thus, when you go out into life, you have a better life chance because you've actually got an education. Again, Marxism in action 101. Let's do everything we can to break that cycle. Again, what is it with people doing well that the Labour Party hate? They absolutely loathe anyone with aspiration, even if it's vicarious and being aspirational for their children. Now, of course, who are they going to blame? They're going to blame the Tories, of course. It was 14 years of Tory rule that's done this. They're actually trying to shift the blame for academies on the Tories. And they can FRO because we all know it was Tony Blair's idea. Bridget Phillipson, who, when busy not being corrupt allegedly, is the education secretary. She's now pushing this ideal. She's saying, the academies need to be able to take and educate people from all diverse backgrounds. Diverse in this case, not meaning colour, but meaning, violent, sexually dangerous, disruptive people. Let's get them all in the academies and then drive out all those bright and wonderful pupils into the normal schools. Yeah. Okay, Bridget, that's going to work, isn't it? Is it any wonder people with money are leaving this country? If nothing for any other reason, apart from the tax, obviously, is that they can give their kids a good education. There are English-speaking schools all over Europe, and they're flourishing. I wonder why that is. Thanks very much. Goodbye.